She was once the sweet, fashion-loving youngest daughter who fans nicknamed Bush Barbie. But today, Rain Brown faces serious criminal charges, family warfare, and accusations that would destroy most people. The transformation has been nothing short of devastating. From beloved reality TV star to someone her own family fears, Rain's fall from grace involves alleged drug use, theft charges, and family accusations so shocking they've torn the Brown clan apart forever. What happened to the girl who once charmed audiences? The truth is darker than anyone imagined. Rain Brown grew up in front of cameras as the baby of the Brown clan on Alaskan Bush People. While her siblings embraced the rugged wilderness lifestyle, Rain stood out for her love of makeup, fashion, and all things girly, earning her that Bush Barbie nickname from devoted fans. She was relatable, funny, and seemed like the most grounded member of this unconventional family. Viewers watched her blossom from a 10-year-old child into a young woman who brought lightness to the show's often serious tone. But behind the scenes, something was shifting dramatically. The first major red flag came in 2024, when Rain married Josiah Lorton in what she described as a ceremony that her own siblings chose not to attend. This wasn't just typical family drama. It was a clear sign that serious issues were brewing within the Brown family. Rain had found love, but apparently at the cost of her family relationships. The wedding announcement felt strange, almost defiant, as if Rain was making a statement about choosing her new life over her old one. Even more concerning, Rain made bizarre announcements about being married multiple times, as if she was confused about her own life events. She posted rants about her husband's ex-girlfriend and seemed increasingly disconnected from reality. The sweet girl who once shared fashion tips and funny moments with fans was becoming someone entirely different. Her social media presence grew erratic and aggressive, showing a side of Rain that nobody had seen before. Something was clearly wrong, but fans had no idea how bad things had actually become. The transformation was just beginning. In late 2024, Rain made a brave but deeply concerning revelation about her mental health battles. Using her mother Amy's Instagram account, itself a red flag since Rain had apparently lost control of her own social media, she opened up about seeking hospital treatment for what she called her disabling illness. The post revealed that Rain had been hospitalized for mental health treatment, was back in counseling, and was taking medication for ongoing psychological struggles. Rain's message showed both vulnerability and defiance. She wrote about how life is hard for people with mental health disabilities and encouraged others to take your meds if you got them. While fans praised her honesty about mental health, the circumstances surrounding the post were troubling. Why was she using her mother's account? What had happened to her own platform? The answers would prove more disturbing than anyone anticipated. Her struggles weren't new. Rain had previously opened up about depression as a teenager, sharing posts about feeling like just a husk and dealing with unexplained physical pain. But this latest revelation suggested her mental health had deteriorated significantly. She mentioned adopting 8 cats and kittens, a behavior that concerned many who recognized it as a potential sign of someone seeking to fill emotional voids. The timing of Rain's mental health disclosure would later seem strategic. It came during a period when family tensions were exploding behind the scenes, and serious accusations were being made against her. Whether Rain was genuinely seeking help or trying to build sympathy before worse news broke remains unclear. What became obvious was that the mental health struggles were intertwined with much more serious problems that would soon destroy her family relationships forever. Her brave admission was actually a cry for help that nobody seemed able to answer. Noah Brown, Rain's older brother, who was once considered the family's inventor and problem solver, dropped a bombshell in August 2024 that shattered any remaining illusions about Rain's condition. He filed a restraining order request against his youngest sister that painted a picture no one was prepared for. According to court documents obtained by The Sun, Noah accused Rain of making direct death threats against him during filming in 2022. The allegations were chilling. Noah claimed that during filming for Alaskan Bush People, Rain told him in an elevator, "My life would be so much easier if you were dead. If only I wouldn't get caught. I think that my gun is in my room." This wasn't just sibling rivalry, this was someone allegedly threatening murder. Noah, who had always been protective of his family, was now desperately trying to protect his family from Rain herself. But the accusations didn't stop there. Noah claimed Rain was using cocaine and meth regularly, and even more shockingly, alleged that she had offered cocaine to their cancer survivor mother Ami to treat a migraine in December 20. The image of Rain pushing drugs on Ami, who had fought lung cancer and multiple health battles, was devastating to fans who remembered their close relationship. Noah requested that Rain surrender multiple firearms, including 2 handguns, 1 or 2 semi-automatic rifles, and 2 shotguns. The fact that Rain apparently had access to this arsenal while allegedly making death threats terrified Noah enough to involve the courts. He also wanted Rain to stay 1,000 feet away from his children, showing just how dangerous he considered his own sister. The restraining order was ultimately denied due to procedural errors and insufficient evidence, but the damage to the family was already done. The brother who once built elaborate contraptions was now desperately trying to build walls between his sister and his loved ones. April 2025 brought the news that sent shockwaves through the fan community and confirmed everyone's worst fears. Rain and her husband Josiah were arrested on first-degree burglary charges, accused of stealing $75,000 in cash, guns, and other items from Josiah's own uncle Jason Eyert. The irony was bitter. They had allegedly robbed a family member who had likely trusted them. Court documents revealed disturbing details about the couple's circumstances leading up to the alleged crime. Rain and Josiah had been living out of their car, essentially homeless despite Rain's reality TV fame and family connections. They had been couch surfing and relying on the kindness of strangers. One man who offered them shelter told police that he noticed the couple carrying what he described as a large diaper bag full of pills, a detail that painted a grim picture of their lifestyle. Rain was charged with first-degree burglary, first-degree malicious mischief, and second-degree criminal trespassing. Josiah faced similar charges minus the trespassing count. Both were held in Okanogan County Jail until their court appearance on April 14, where probable cause was found for the cases to proceed. They were released without bail, but the legal troubles were far from over. The timing of the arrest was particularly damaging because it came just days after Noah's welfare check call about Rain and their mother. It seemed to validate every concern Noah had raised about his sister's deteriorating condition and dangerous behavior. For fans who had watched Rain grow up on television, seeing her reduced to allegedly stealing from family while living in a car was heartbreaking. The sweet girl who once worried about her makeup in the Alaskan wilderness was now facing serious felony charges that could result in years in prison. Her fall from grace was complete, but somehow things would get even worse.
Just days before Rain's arrest, Noah made a desperate welfare check call to authorities that revealed the true extent of the family's destruction. He told police that his mother Amy was couch surfing with Rain and Josiah, claiming that Amy was drinking heavily and taking meth supplied by Rain and her husband. The same woman who had survived lung cancer and held the family together after Billy Brown's death was now allegedly being dragged into her daughter's destructive spiral. Noah described his mother as being off her meds and said her condition was deteriorating. This was particularly alarming given Amy's recent pneumonia diagnosis in February 2025, which required medical evacuation. Noah painted a picture of his mother being manipulated and endangered by Rain, who he claimed struggles to keep up with taking her medication and thinks that anybody who tries to force her to take it is the devil. The welfare check call revealed additional disturbing details about Josiah, whom Noah described as known to always be armed. Noah also mentioned that Rain had taken a pistol from him, though he didn't want to report it as stolen. He just wanted police to be cautious when approaching her. The image of Rain armed and potentially dangerous was a far cry from the fashion-loving teenager fans remembered. Police attempted to locate Amy during the welfare check but were unsuccessful, adding to concerns about her safety. The fact that Noah felt compelled to involve law enforcement to protect his own mother from his sister showed just how completely the family had fractured. This wasn't typical reality TV drama. This was a genuine fear for safety that required police intervention. The welfare check call would prove prophetic when Rain was arrested just days later, validating Noah's worst fears about his sister's dangerous behavior and its impact on their vulnerable mother. The family warfare reached nuclear levels in July 2025, when Rain made the most devastating accusation possible, claiming that Noah had abused her as a child. This wasn't just family drama anymore, this was complete annihilation of any remaining relationship between the siblings. The accusation came after Noah had publicly denied Rain's various claims and provided evidence of her threatening behavior toward him and his family. Rain's timing seemed calculated for maximum damage. She made the abuse allegations during a period when she was facing serious criminal charges and public scrutiny for her behavior. Critics noted that the accusations conveniently surfaced after Noah had been vocal about Rain's alleged drug use and threatening behavior. The brother who had tried to save his sister was now being accused of the worst possible crime. Noah vehemently denied the allegations and fought back with evidence of his own. He provided text messages showing Rain's threats against him and his children, painting a picture of someone who would say anything to hurt him. He also mentioned having audio recordings, video recordings, and all sorts of stuff else that contradicted Rain's claims. Noah suggested that Rain was retaliating against him for his role in exposing her alleged drug use and for calling the welfare check that preceded her arrest. The abuse allegations divided fans and observers. Some supported Rain, noting that abuse victims often delay reporting and that her struggles could be explained by childhood trauma. Others pointed to Rain's documented drug use, erratic behavior, and pending criminal charges as evidence that she was not a reliable narrator of events. The accusations created a devastating family split that seemed irreparable. Whether true or false, Rain's nuclear option had succeeded in destroying any possibility of family reconciliation. The sweet sibling relationships that fans had loved watching on Alaskan Bush People were now poisoned beyond repair.
Rain Brown's current situation is a tragic testament to how completely her life has unraveled. She remains out on bond while facing serious felony charges that could result in years in prison. The burglary and malicious mischief charges carry significant penalties, and her second-degree criminal trespassing charge adds another layer of legal jeopardy. Her husband Josiah faces similar charges, meaning they're both potentially looking at prison time together. The family estrangement appears complete and irreversible. Rain's abuse allegations against Noah have created a permanent rift that extends beyond just the two siblings. Other family members have seemingly chosen sides, with most appearing to support Noah's version of events. Rain has been effectively cast out from the Brown family, losing not just her siblings but potentially her relationship with her mother Amy, whom Noah claimed was being endangered by Rain's alleged drug use. Professionally, Rain's reality TV career is over. Alaskan Bush People has been off the air since 2022, partly due to legal troubles surrounding the family's finances and business dealings. Even if the show were to return, it's impossible to imagine Rain being welcomed back given the criminal charges and family accusations. Her social media presence, once a source of income and connection with fans, has become sporadic and controversial. The Alaskan Bush People show itself has been effectively destroyed by the family's implosion. With Billy Brown's death, Amy's health struggles, Rain's criminal charges, and the devastating family accusations, the Brown family legacy has been shattered. Rain's transformation from beloved reality star to someone her own family fears serves as a cautionary tale about fame, mental health, and addiction. The sweet teenager who once charmed audiences has become someone unrecognizable, leaving fans to wonder if the girl they once loved is gone forever or if there's still hope for redemption in this tragic tale.